An investigation into yesterday's insider attacks in Afghanistan is underway. NATO ISAF officials say 2 U.S. service members were shot and killed by a man wearing an Afghan police uniform. Petty Officer Jason Heavner has the latest.
The NATO-led International Security Assistance Force in Afghanistan said Thursday that 2 U.S. soldiers have been killed by a man wearing an Afghan police uniform in the central Uruzgan province. An ISAF spokesman said the incident is currently under investigation. The coalition force, however, did not disclose the identity of the deceased soldiers, pending next of kin notification. Meanwhile, Major Lori Hodge, a spokeswoman for U.S. Forces Afghanistan, said the incident happened before noon on Thursday. Without providing any further details, she added that it is not yet clear whether the attacker was an enlisted Afghan policeman or a militant disguised as a police officer. Reporting from Bagram Airfield, I'm Petty Officer Jason Heavner.
Our forefathers made very clear that our democracy would only survive if there were individuals who were willing to give something back to this country, to be able to dedicate themselves to what this democracy and our freedom are all about. And the fact that there are young men and women who are willing to make that kind of sacrifice, to give something back to this country, is what makes America strong. God bless you and God bless the Marines.
Since our first call to duty 237 years ago, Marines have established a reputation as bold innovators and elite warriors, anchored by our sense of honor and love of country. The service of Marines during conflict, peace, and uncertainty has demonstrated an ageless ethos of fidelity and courage that has established who we are.
Our nation has come to understand that when a crisis occurs or security is threatened, Marines respond quickly and unfailingly. We accomplish the mission, not most of the time, but every time. This is who we are. This is our legacy.
We started taking machine gun fire from multiple positions. Our heavy guns, or 50 caliber Mark 19, started engaging. I was posted up into rear security, and as I was doing so, I heard some arguing going around a tall wall. I popped that corner. I shot 2 bursts, about 15 rounds apiece. I went right behind the corner to reload, and I saw a machine gun barrel come around the corner. So I grabbed it, I punched the guy, threw him up against the wall.
The combat valor, confident professionalism, and selfless commitment of today's Marines stand with any in our history. All of us in the Marine Corps family realize our role as America's premier crisis response force. We remain the first to fight. We will continue to be faithful to our nation and to one another, and never take for granted the blessed liberty our country has given us.
My service, I feel, is dedicated to those young Marines, the ones that are really putting their lives out there on the line. The 17, 18, 20-year-old that raises his right hand and says, "I'll volunteer for my country."
And it's all about protecting people who need protection. And when you need support, you call the Marines, and the Marines go in and they do a phenomenal, phenomenal job.
He's chosen to become a United States Marine, and to be, to choose a selfless career of service and sacrifice. I'm humbled by, by that choice that he's made.
We serve, we all sacrifice. We have the eagle, globe, and anchor tattooed on our soul. In the last 10 years of war, nearly 14,000 Marines have given more. And despite their wounds, they're not done giving. They're not done living, they're thriving.
I truly believe I do more now than I did before I was injured. So minus 2 legs, I am a wounded warrior who who was going to Georgetown in snowboards. And you know, those kind of things they're not quantifiable. They're just absolutely remarkable. And it's not because of me, it's because of the Wounded Warrior support.
Like all Marines, our Wounded Warriors live life to the fullest. Participating in sports, they regain their self-confidence and remember again the value of being on a team. They also continue to give back. Some return to their active units, while others succeed in business, and even more return to school.
This year's birthday, take time to reflect on all our Corps has accomplished. Remember those who fought on Guadalcanal. Honor the sacrifice of our many brothers and sisters, and remember those that have gone before. Continue to do great deeds and endure.
I'm proud to protect my country and to serve in the footsteps of those men and women who have served before me. I'm forever grateful for those who have given the ultimate sacrifice and for those men and women who still continue to sacrifice.
Our Corps will continue to be defined by our ability to successfully respond to the world's most challenging and chaotic situations. For honor and for country, we'll maintain our world-class standards of discipline, always remembering who we are. Take pride in all that you've accomplished, and know that Sergeant Major Barrett and I appreciate your enduring fidelity, your hard work, and your sacrifice. Happy birthday, Marines, and Semper Fidelis.
At first glance, the Hensons are what most of us would call a typical family. Jamila is a mother of two, their daughter of 6, Nevaeh, and their talkative 2-year-old, Nehemiah. Yet their father has a secret identity.
Daddy, if the bad guys really come, we don't really have the Avengers, so who's going to fight to protect us? And so I looked down at her and I said, well, me. You're an Avenger? I'm like, well, yeah. Did you see the clothes? It's my uniform. The hero has to inspire something in you. And the greatest trait of a leader or a hero is to make copies, make duplicates of themselves. Being in the Air Force is really an enabler to pursue other dreams such as comic art that I have, because as long as I do what I'm asked and I'm not substandard, I get to be a part of real heroes and then at the same time draw heroes and be welcome in both worlds.
Meanwhile, stationed in Germany, Eric said goodbye to his family and flew back to the U.S. to attend a comic book convention promoting his current work as an artist.
A lot of times growing up, I just kind of hid behind the fact that, hey, I like Batman, because it was embarrassing. But here, there's no embarrassment to it. People like Batman, and they like wilder things in Batman that I've never heard of, and this is where I found my tribe.
With the Air Force as his safety net, Eric has never experienced the struggles of a starving artist.
During a deployment where it kind of hit me that I need to go ahead and pursue it full time. I didn't have like the huge history of trying for 10 years. And for that, I'm very grateful that I get an opportunity to be a part of this world with such a minimal time investment. But I don't want to take away from the fact of how hard I tried.
Pulled between his Air Force career and following his dreams, Eric sacrifices daily to battle his greatest supervillain of all time, the deadline.
I mean, if anything, it goes to his work ethic, where he's like, I've got a job to do, I'm going to get it done.
And thanks to his military training,
Eric seems very disciplined. He knows what he has to get done, and he gets it done. I know a lot of artists who, myself included, you know, we work on a different kind of schedule where we give Eric a story or a script, and we expect art in about 3 weeks, and he's done in 2.
What's really cool about the cons is that you get some really off-the-wall requests for like comics, characters you never even heard of, and then you get the real, you know, the real common ones like Captain America, Spider-Man. I spent probably 2 years just like honing a portfolio and trying to learn what it would take to get a good critique and to get noticed.
With his family patiently waiting overseas, he sets off on his next adventure to save the day. Behind the exterior of this mild-mannered husband and father beats the heart of a superhero. Reporting from Baltimore, Maryland, I'm Staff Sergeant Chris Piles.